pero la gasolina en el carro se te quedó. Te quedaste sin trabajo, comenzó la depresión. El agua está por los cielos y la luz está peor. Ten confianza en Jesucristo, ve pa'lante sin temor. Pa'lante, pa'lante, yo voy pa'lante, pa'lante, pa'lante. Vamos pa'lante, pa'lante, pa'lante.
All right, welcome into Miracles and Conversations here on WRMN AM 1410. We do have here, of course, Susana Padilla as well with us. Thank you so much for graciously joining us today here on WRMN.
Good morning, Matt. How are you?
I got the wrong mic. There we go.
Okay, good morning, Matt. How are you?
I'm doing very well, thank you. How are you?
Doing good, busy. We have a couple of announcements that I would like to start off.
Awesome.
First, we are having our neighborhood garage sale party, rain or shine. This is for this weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Oh, how exciting.
Yes, it is. And the proceeds will go to Rescue Our Children organization. My personal home will be hosting it. We're part of the community, and it is up to 53 homes that will participate.
Oh, wow.
So it's going to be huge.
That's big.
Yes. And then just the other day, we had a call from our neighbors' subdivision, the townhomes, and they're like, hey, can we get in on this? I'm like, sure. The more the merrier.
Yes. Oh, that's fantastic. So tell us a little bit on, so the neighborhood garage sale, was this something that you had put on, or was it kind of a group effort? How did you go about doing this?
We actually, every 3 or 4 months, years, we would put this community garage sale. And the last time I did this, it was like a party. We didn't have room to have the people park. Mm-hmm. So this year now we are asking the homeowners to park outside of the block so then the people could come and park. Mm-hmm. It was a blast. We met so many people and we just had fun. But this year it is for a purpose, personally for Rescue Our Children organization, mm-hmm. to start having our funds for the Young Adult Gala in 2026.
Awesome.
Yes.
Oh, that's exciting. So the Young Adult Gala as well, too. Tell us a little bit about that.
A Young Adult Gala is having an enchanted evening for teenagers from the age of 15 to 21 mm-hmm. that is in foster care. It is free for them, for their families, and for the foster parents that are taking care of them. It is... it's a blended family mm-hmm. until they are either reunited back with their parents or now they are emancipated at the age of 21. Okay. But we want to give them that moment that they are loved, they are cared for, mm-hmm. and celebrating their adulthood.
Yeah.
So that's the main goal that we want, to give them a little bit of love.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. That's important too. So that will be coming up in 2026. So that is exciting. I'm sure you've already started lots of planning for it. And...
Yes, we're going to have it at the Copacabana in East Dundee. Are you aware of Copacabana?
Let me see.
Copacabana Banquets.
In East Dundee?
Yes, in East Dundee. They are such a godsend. They've been helping us through our events, and whatever they can do, they just say, Susan, whatever you want to do for the children, you have a home here.
That is awesome.
It is.
And I'm looking here on their Facebook page as well, too. They've got a lot of space here, which is fantastic.
It is. We get the biggest banquet. We could fit up to 400 to 600 people.
Oh, wow.
Yes, it's amazing. God is amazing.
That is awesome.
And I love the way they decorate that.
That's so cool. Yeah, they got a lot of cool pictures of some previous decorations, and
mm-hmm.
The space is absolutely fantastic for you to use. And like you said, you use the biggest space, up to 600 people.
Yes, we had our event El Día del Niño. Mm-hmm. We had over 350 people attending. A great time.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes.
That is so
great time.
Good.
And of course, the family members, children and adults, they were playing together. We were doing relay races. Mm-hmm. It's amazing. Oh. The other workshop that we want to do is actually on June 30th. It is about, we're going to talk about health and healthy recipes.
Awesome.
We're going to have my partner, which is Genesis, and I'm hoping that she would be able to call sooner or later in the show. We are going to talk about healthy recipes. We are going to talk about, have you ever heard of Alkaline Coffee?
I believe, yes, we've talked about this, right?
We did, yes.
Oh, my goodness.
And
I still have yet to try it.
So, yes, definitely I'm going to have you taste it. But the alkaline mushroom coffee is something that I wasn't aware of. I just started drinking coffee 5 years ago. Mm-hmm. And when I returned back to school to be a community health worker at Malcolm X, my research paper was is in osteoporosis. Okay. So while we were doing the research, getting that prepared, I found out that there was a link to coffee and osteoporosis.
Okay.
Which coffee is acidic. And that is the reason for that link. And I was just shocked. I was like, wait a minute, now what am I going to do? I just started drinking coffee and I love coffee. And, once I asked, I'm like, okay, God, what am I going to do? Sure enough, that's when I met Genesis. She's a registered nurse, and 2 of her friends. She introduced me to Gano Excel, which is a mushroom coffee with Ganoderma, and it's alkaline, which gives nutrients and antioxidants in the coffee, which I never heard of. So more and more that I find out about it, I called and I asked, I said, well, can Rocco sign up as to become an affiliate? Because that is another way how we get funded. We don't get any government funding for our organizations. Mm-hmm. It's privately funded, community funded, and friends and neighbors that help me, to do this. So, and I just like, okay, you know what? This is another godsend. Let me act on it. And that's what we've been doing. That's what we've been doing.
Awesome. So the alkaline coffee, tell us a little bit. So it just tastes like, I guess.
It tastes like coffee. It tastes good. And it has several different types of coffee. So in other words, like cappuccino.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yes. So
they have mocha, and it is just, it's so divine. It's so rich. But that's where I am. My focus is on health, where I don't know exactly what I'm eating, if I am receiving the minimum antioxidants and the minimum nutrients, phytonutrients, where with the cup of coffee, every cup of coffee that I'm drinking, I am going to be drinking more than what the government requires or recommends, not requires, recommends.
Okay.
So we invite all coffee drinkers or tea drinkers to go on our website at ROCOUSA.org, and we have our page there, so you could try it.
Awesome.
And every purchase of coffee, you are literally helping to continue our mission to provide, happy memories for children in foster care and children in need and just in families.
Awesome. That's fantastic. So where would this be listed on your website?
Okay, let me see. On the tab would be supporters and online purchase, I believe we have.
Supporters and
I just saw it right now. So, okay.
Nutrition coffee.
Yes.
Here we go. It's loading up on the page here. So this is the nutrition coffee. You also do have some other ones here as well. God's Kingdom Returning Home, and also Divine Travel Insurance is also featured on there too.
Yes, they help us part of their proceeds. Whoever purchases them, they will donate to us.
Awesome. I can't reach it. Hang on a sec. I'll figure it out.
Okay, no problem. So here's another thing. More and more information that I'm finding out about the coffee. For example, the coffee it's 6 times more calcium than milk.
Okay.
You see, and it has 8 times more omega-3 than eating salmon. Mm-hmm. Okay, and then orange juice, which is good to drink. Eat orange juice, correct? But we have 7 times more vitamin C.
Wow.
On that, so in order for you to get the minimum requirements or recommendations that the government informs us. Mm-hmm. We have to eat or drink constantly. So I just love the whole idea of Gano Excel.
Awesome. Very cool.
And helps our organization.
So if you want to check out their website, it's ganoexcel.us. You can find their products, their enrichment, their story.
Or actually going through our website, our link, because when you, go into that, and it should
middle link here, the nutritional
the
coffee.
middle link, because then Rocco has a specific link. So all the purchases that will go through our link, we get a percentage of that.
Awesome. Very cool. Let me see here. It's taking a little while. It's taking a little while to load, but I'll figure it out.
Okay. Yeah. Don't go directly over there because we're an affiliate to them. So then that's how we would be able to get funding for our organization. And we are going to have the coffee challenge. Nice. So that would be on June 30th in Elgin. We are partnering up with another organization, local organization, which is, that's funny, Coffee, COFI. But what they do is they provide workshops in teaching individuals and to be a community leader.
Oh, awesome.
Yes. So now we're partnering up together, and that's what we're going to have our taste testing June 30th. The address is 115 South Grove Avenue in Elgin. So it's the Coffee, COFI, Elgin location.
There you go.
June 30th, and that is going to be at 6:30 p.m. So we're going to have Genesis, our registered nurse, talking about how the importance, the difference of how it is cultivated, how that Gano Excel arrived in the U.S. And then we're going to have our local community leader, Elisa Lara. Do you know? Have you heard? Here, let me show you your picture.
Yeah, let me see.
Elisa Lara.
Very nice.
And she's also a nurse. She's going to be there as well. And then we're going to have stories being shared of how it helped them. Lucy Lopez down there, she has diabetes type 1. And she's going to share how the alkaline coffee has helped her lower her AC1.
That is fantastic.
Yeah.
So, of course, you get the personal experiences are always so good to hear, because what it does is then it says, hey, this might be something that you want to try out and see how it works out. And I had this personal experience with it. I have this and that. And you might also and say, hey, this worked out for me. Why don't you give it a try? Check it out.
Yes. When I first started, oh, man, I forgot to remind you.
Yes.
If Genesis calls, just anybody calls, you interrupt me wherever I'm at.
All righty.
Okay. So when I when I went into a workshop for Gano Excel to listen to it, I met a person, her name is Ceci, but I met her through the video, her story. She suffered a stroke 2.5 years. She was paralyzed halfway down.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes. Her friend knew about this coffee, gave her coffee and the Ganoderma pills, which comes from mushroom. And she was drinking the coffee for 8-9 months with the pills. And now she is a walking testimony. Well, first of her faith in God and the Gano Excel. So when I saw her story, without even knowing me personally, I had asked her, because we had put in Gale Borden Library a workshop to share this news. And I asked her, she lives in Cicero. From Cicero to drive all the way down here, and that's about an hour and a half in traffic, big time. And she said yes to our organization, and she shared her story.
Oh, that's awesome.
She literally was telling us, she would be sitting down in the kitchen table, listening to her family members, being like in a cloud. She could see them talking, moving their lips, but she couldn't understand them. And it came to a point that she felt she didn't want to be here anymore. So thoughts of suicide. No strength on her, I believe, on her right-hand side. And now she has a video posted But she's a walking, talking testimony.
That's amazing.
It is.
That
it
is
is.
really, really
So
amazing.
those are the things that we as Rocco, part of our mission as well is bringing awareness and uplifting our standard way of living. There are always other options, but sometimes we're just focused on certain things and we just do what we are known that we've been doing all along and not new stuff. Yeah.
Very cool. Do you know how you can find more information about her?
About Ceci? Well, we will be having more workshops with her.
Awesome. Oh,
So
cool,
to
cool, cool.
attend to our workshops.
And that's so cool. So you can check it out, roccousa.org. It's under the events and workshop pages. You'll be able to find that there. You can also check out the health and wealth workshops as well, empowering communities within Rocco's workshops. So feel free to also check that out as well, too. I've got some pictures up on the screen here.
That's
as
Ceci.
well.
That's Ceci right there. Me with the Mickey Mouse
Yes,
on their
very
website.
nice.
That's her.
Very nice.
Yep.
Awesome. And I also see it up here, too, as well,
Yes.
too. So there it is.
Yeah.
Very cool. So if you want to check out more information, folks, please go to roccousa.org. Also, under the events and workshop page, we do have here as well, share your miracle on our radio show. So feel free to do that as well, too. You can type in your miracle in your email and contact number and then send it over as well, too. So there's another way that you can also share that, and we'll make sure to share it on the show here as well. Or, of course, feel free to call into the show. Also great to do that live in person.
Thank you. Yes. And I would like to share this huge miracle. Do we have to go on a break or no?
Oh, no, we have about 7 minutes left
Okay.
here for this segment.
So when we first bought, and when I say we, that was my ex-husband, in 2013, we purchased a property for a real estate company. And this was in Streamwood, which when he passed away in 2020, we converted it, well, I converted it with my children, to Rescue Our Children Organization Community Center. Knowing that there was property taxes unpaid for because we weren't aware of, just because you have a non-for-profit, you don't get your taxes waived. You need to do another process, which is a year or 2 year process to do that. Okay. So when my ex-husband was speaking to a lawyer, the lawyer had said, well, we could do this process, but you need to pay the taxes that you owe, which was at that time $60,000.
Oh, wow.
You have to pay that first before we even apply to get the property tax exempt. Well, he just said, well, you know what, Susan, forget it. We'll just stay there until they kick us out. So I just followed. I didn't ask questions. I didn't do anything. So when he passed away, guess what? I started getting inspirations of, okay, wait a minute, what can I do with this property? So God would inspire me to do certain things. I would talk to people. He would guide me to the perfect people that will help me. I got it approved to have it tax exempt. But here's the thing now. Since 2015 till now, how many years is that? So it was 2015, 16, up to 2025. That the balance of taxes owed was $340,000.
Oh, wow.
And I have all this proof, just to prove how God is so great when we surrender to him. I was facing foreclosure April 16th of this year. So I'm working on that, trying to do, doing the events, still continue doing his work, God's work. And lo and behold, everything, $340,000 has been wiped out.
Wow.
Now, there's another process. People that know about the real estate and tax injunction, because once we got approved to be tax exempt, by law, the tax assessors are able to go 3 to 4 years back and wipe it. Because I have the proof the property was under Rescue Our Children. It is a tax exempt under the IRS. fine. But now from 2019 to 2015, that is time overdue that the assessors couldn't do that. So now another process is called tax injunction, to have the judge look at the case and see if that would qualify. But that's going to be another year process.
Okay.
But God said no. And he wiped everything out.
Wow.
With the people that he sent to help Rocco. And not only that, so we got that approved. Everything was squared away in April. And by May 12th, we sold the property.
Wow.
Just like that.
That is quite a miracle.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So now we are in the search of a property here in Elgin. So that's where I'm so happy about that. And let's see what God guides me to do. And I just say yes.
Absolutely. Put it in his hands.
Exactly. Yes. Put it in his hands. And it's amazing. It's so much fun with him.
Wow. That is awesome. So you're looking for a property here in Elgin. Is there a specific area that you've been kind of drawn to?
Yes, and we are in negotiations with a property, so that I'm just praying and let's see what God wants me to do. And I I just started reading the Bible this year, Matt. We were never taught or raised to read the Bible.
Okay.
Honestly, I thought that only the Bible was to be read by the priest and we need to listen to the priest.
Okay.
That just came up to me this morning. I was like, oh my gosh, that's how we were, I was brought up Catholic. And we would just go to church, youngers, when I was young, and just listen to the priest. And that's it. We never went back at home to follow, or I guess to continue, Christ, or learning about the Bible. Not until this year. And it is amazing.
I'm sure it's such an experience for you. It's like sometimes it could be overwhelming as well too. It's like, wow.
Yes, and well, the big aha moment that I had was because it's not religion, it's having a relationship with God.
Yes.
And that was like, whoa, wait a minute, this I never heard of. And now I'm experiencing it.
Yeah, it's something I had to learn too, growing up. So.
Do you mind if I ask, like, when was this in this age?
It was around, probably after high school, roughly around the time when I was like, this is, it's not so much about the religion side of things and the rules. It's more of the relationship.
Wow. See, you were ahead of your time back then, because with me, I literally at age 18, I was a little bit upset, because that's when things started coming out in the 1980s about how priests were molesting children. And I was hearing that, and then the wars, and I was like, wait, this is not God? I was confused, and I couldn't go to my parents because we never talked about God at the house. And I said, forget it. So... But now I hear my music, so we'll talk a little bit afterwards.
All right. Stay tuned, folks. We'll be back with more here in just a little bit.
With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Credan. Brought to you by Progressive. Authorities in South Elgin are investigating a deadly car crash that occurred early Saturday morning. Police report that just before 2 a.m., a gray 2021 Kia Sorento traveling northbound on Randall Road veered off the roadway after passing Stearns Road. The vehicle struck a traffic sign and a streetlight pole before coming to rest. The driver, identified as 46-year-old Aaron M. Vitelli of South Elgin, was found unconscious and later died at Ascension St. Joseph Hospital. Naperville police are wrapping up efforts to keep roads safe during the Independence Day holiday, targeting impaired drivers and unbuckled drivers through July 7th. Officers will participate in statewide initiatives alongside Illinois State Police and over 200 local agencies. The Kane County Health Department's Environmental Health Division is stepping up efforts to keep the public safe. Inspectors say they're closely monitoring food booths and mobile vendors at festivals and farmers markets where limited refrigeration, changing weather, and mobile setups can increase the risk of foodborne illnesses. With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Credan.
One of life's greatest mysteries has finally been solved.
Who let the dogs out? Spruce, spruce, spruce.
It's Spruce, the new hard-working, worry-free weed and grass killer that's safe for use around people and pets. When used as directed, spray the leaves for visible results in just 1 hour and dead weeds in just 1 day. You spray, they play. Weeds die by the next day. Find Spruce wherever weed killers are sold.
When you switch to Progressive, you could save bundling your home and auto. Then you could put that money towards some of the surprisingly more expensive things in life.
Attention passengers, we've reached 10,000 feet and internet is now available for purchase.
I just paid hundreds for this flight, and you can't even throw in internet? I'll just take the free pretzels.
Sorry, but I do have snack boxes for sale.
I'm just gonna sleep.
In that case, we are selling pillows and blankets as well.
I'll just breathe. That's free, right?
Life costs a lot, so bundle and you could save with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Do you own an annuity, either fixed rate, indexed, or variable? Are you paying high fees and getting low returns? If so, Annuity General would like you to have this free book to learn the pitfalls and mistakes of buying an annuity. The Annuity Do's and Don'ts for Baby Boomers contains the little-known truths about annuities, like how to help reduce your fees and increase retirement income. And it's free. That's right, free. As a bonus, we'll also throw in a free annuity rate report just for calling. We researched over 1,000 annuities and summarized rates and benefits from financially strong insurers. You get Annuity Do's and Don'ts for Baby Boomers and the Annuity Rate Report, both absolutely free for calling Annuity General today. Hurry, supplies are limited. Call now.
800-760-1845. 800-760-1845. 800-760-1845. That's 800-760-1845.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast. Today, scattered showers and thunderstorms after 11 a.m. with partly sunny skies and a high near 88. This afternoon, temperatures falling to around 85. Tonight, mostly cloudy with a low around 68. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy with a high near 84. Currently, it is 87 with clear skies. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
When you switch to Progressive, you could save bundling your home and auto. Then you could put that money towards some of the surprisingly more expensive things in life.
Attention passengers, we've reached 10,000 feet and internet is now available for purchase.
I just paid hundreds for this flight, and you can't even throw in internet? I'll just take the free pretzels.
Sorry, but I do have snack boxes for sale.
I'm just gonna sleep.
In that case, we are selling pillows and blankets as well.
I'll just breathe. That's free, right?
Life costs a lot, so bundle and you could save with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Welcome back, folks, to Miracles and Conversations here on WRMN AM 1410. Thank you so much, of course, for tuning in today. Thank you again, Susana, for being here as well on the radio, sharing miracles and conversations, and, of course, information about Rescue Our Children organization as well. Feel free to visit her website there. You can find it. That is rockousa.org. .org. You can find information posted there, different events that are coming up as well, too. So feel free to check it out.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back.
Thanks so much. We do have a caller here on hold.
Oh, yes. All right.
All right. Hello. Welcome to the show.
Hi. How are you guys?
That's my friend Genesis. How are you?
Good. Good morning.
Good morning. I wanted to ask you a question.
Yes.
Because this is Genesis, my friend that I was talking to you about, how I met, how I am aware of Gano XL and the Alkaline Coffee. So, Genesis, if you can quickly explain, well, we have time, but I know you have little ones. She just had a baby girl, 7 months. So she is, she's everywhere. But I would like to know, how can we explain to the public of how what's the difference of Gano XL and other companies that are doing the mushroom coffee, and how is it cultivated?
Okay. Yes. So the difference because right now we have this like mainstream of like mushroom coffees.
Yes.
Right? Everybody wants to be in this healthy, better health kick, right? And unfortunately, not everybody has the standards that should be applied when cultivating mushrooms.
Totally
so
agree.
You need the appropriate climate, the appropriate soil and everything. But the difference with Gano Excel, not only is it cultivated in Malaysia where it is natural to its environment, it's the process. The process is very key. It's cultivated in a very organic way. It does have a halal certification as well, which makes a huge difference because when it is poorly cultivated, where it's not adequately done, it can cause side effects like bleeding and other really horrible side effects to the that, if you consume that mushroom for a long period of time can happen. Now, Gano Excel has been in the... Yeah.
Real quick, what is halal? The certification.
Halal certification. Yeah, so it is cultivated in the most, how can I say, most...
Holistic
in a way, yeah. I would say holistic way, in a way that it does not harm any, not the earth, not any animals, nothing in its environment. So definitely I would say a more holistic approach. So they're not cutting corners. They also have a good manufactured certification. So they're not cutting corners. They will go to the extra mile to ensure that the product is at the best so that we can be safe to consume them. And when I say that, it's because Gano Excel has been in the market for over 14, I'm going to say Gano's how many years. Definitely the people I know have been consuming it for over 14 years, and you have not heard any of them having any side effects to it. So the cultivation, it is definitely a huge, huge part of it. And also the extract. It is not pulverized. So a lot of these other coffees that you will see around do pulverize it, and the body then has to work extra to get rid of that out of your body. As opposed to this extract, it is an extract that your body can easily consume and, just pee it out really easy. I do want to say in between all of this, for my license purpose, this is educational purpose only.
Sure,
I am not prescribing anything. I just wanted to make that clear. But yes, when you look at Gano Excel, you're looking at a high quality product that it's why it has given so many miracles. For me, my miracle definitely was after COVID. I did have COVID in 2020. I ended up having to be out of work because I ended up developing long-term COVID on my heart. So what happened would be if I ambulated, my heart rate would go up to 190. It was extremely, extremely scary.
Oh, wow.
And I had to stop drinking coffee or anything that would stimulate my heart. And
because of the caffeine?
Because of the caffeine and any stimulant, it would make my heart race more. So I had to stop drinking anything. And I do have ADHD since I was a child, I think even since I was in the womb. And it became very hard. And when Gano Excel came into my life, not only did I stop having episodes that dealt with my heart rate going up, I was finally able to really enjoy a cup of coffee. And I'm saying really enjoy it because I had to stop drinking coffee. And at one point, I was even trying the decaf, which is the worst type of coffee you can have. It is highly acidic, and you still do get some caffeine in that. You just don't know how much you're getting. It's definitely lower than the regular caffeinated coffee, but you still do get some caffeine, even though it says it's decaf. So when Gano Excel came, I was able to enjoy a cup of coffee. I was able to definitely not have any more episodes that dealt with my heart. And it really helped me with my ADHD because when it kind of happens to be this like horrible cycle where because my brain won't shut off, I can't sleep. And because of that lack of sleep, I can't really focus, which then my brain rushes because I can't, so it's just this vicious cycle where the coffee stopped it. And that's because Ganoderma does help your receptors, your serotonin and norepinephrine. So it helps your receptors, which is what we technically give the medication to kind of give you that extra dose. In essence, what the coffee is doing is just letting your body be able to uptake those the need that your body is lacking. So instead of giving you synthetic, your body is just able to really take what you have in your body. So it is kind of working not only with your, receptors, it also works with your gut, which that also helps with your receptors and your serotonin levels. So it's kind of a whole holistic thing that it comes through the coffee.
Now, Genesis, I have the form in front of me, and I don't know if you are, if you know all the steps by memory, where how the Ganoderma works with how it scans from 1 through 30 days, and then the cleansing, the detoxification, right? And what got me, when you said something to me about how our own body rejuvenates every 7 to 10 years, that's just normal. But with drinking a nutritional alkaline coffee, we could rejuvenate our bodies within 1 to 3 years. So
yes, that is correct.
Okay, and that is because of everything what you have been saying right now of how it works on a cellular level with our body. And when you have mentioned about extraction, and pulverized, the first image that came to my mind is, how when we're going to bake cookies and we sift the flour, and sometimes, those little like balls of flour stay in the sifter? Okay. That's what you mean, that sometimes that's why it's hard. We have our body work harder to process that?
Yes. So a lot of the times that extra pulverization, that kind of has to be then filtered through your body, your kidneys and your liver. So a lot of the times what happens is that can then crystallize, become, like
kidney stones
in your kidneys.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So any other family members drinking this coffee, and for how long?
So my sister started around the time that I was drinking it, and she actually drank it through her pregnancy. And the reason that she did is because it does help with your blood pressure. And she had high blood pressure through her pregnancy, and she noticed that when she would not drink the coffee and she would go in for her doctor appointments, her blood pressure was high. And this was in an aside of her taking her daily aspirin, because they did prescribe her daily aspirin. And that's another thing. You can take this coffee and the Ganoderma in conjunction with your medication. We do not recommend that you stop it without consulting your doctor. You will see differences and changes. That's when you go back to your doctor so that they can adjust your medications. Now, when it comes to her taking it, she did realize that when she didn't drink her coffee, she would go for her doctor's appointment and her blood pressure would be high. Then she would drink it and her blood pressure would be low. So when she realized that, she's like, okay, I'm going to take it daily. Towards her end of the pregnancy, her blood pressure was just a little bit more elevated, although just taking the coffee. So she added the tea, and that regulated her blood pressure all throughout her pregnancy. So she did not have to add any more medication, just a little dose of aspirin with the conjunction of the coffee. And she had a very healthy little girl, lots of hair. I also consumed it while I was pregnant, and my daughter is very calm, very chill, a huge difference with, and I get it, babies have their own personalities, but I can honestly say that even my health postpartum compared to the first time being pregnant with my son was a lot different, and the coffee has helped on that, the Ganoderma.
That's good to hear. I wanted to share my story with my aunt because she has diabetes. And what you said about that we never would say, you continue your health regimen or your prescription regimen that your doctor subscribes for you. So she was drinking the coffee. After the third week, she started feeling, woozy or lightheaded. So she got scared. And what happened was that she needed to go, she did go to the doctor to reassess, took blood work, and she's like, the doctor said, oh, wait a minute, you know what? You don't need this higher dosage. So they lowered the dosage of her diabetic, her diabetes pill. And little by little, it was just getting minimized of the dosage because she was drinking the coffee. So the doctors you go by what your doctors say. So, and I keep it simple. I say, if you're drinking coffee, regular coffee, try alkaline coffee. That's all. It does more good for me, as the knowledge that I now know that coffee is acidic, because I cannot believe all these years, what? Coffee's acidic. Will do damage to the bones, because I did the research on that at that school, Malcolm X, and the link to osteoporosis. So why not try? Let's see what could happen, and your body will tell you, right? Absolutely. So Rocco is inviting others that if they want to volunteer, or they thinking about starting a business, because the entrepreneur spirit has been in my blood since I was 13 years old, working with my dad in his auto agency, and then, going through my travel agency. And so far, I had experiences with businesses, but I see how we can help the community and also build our generational wealth in helping others and bringing to our family as well. So Rocco is wanting to teach that, moving it forward, paying it forward, to others. And let's have fun, take a sip of coffee and learn from each other. And at the same time, creating another stream of income for you, your family, and by doing that, we still help rescue our children to continue our mission. So, Genesis, any last words that you would like to share?
I think I said it wrong earlier with the whole receptors. It's serotonin and dopamine. I think I said something else. I'm busy with my son, so I just want to clarify that.
See the perfectionist in her.
And then, actually, I would say give it a try. As a health nurse and I'm going to say I was always more inclined to the Western medicine, even though within me, I always apply a holistic approach of things. But I was taught through a Western medicine school here. And I was very skeptical at first, very, very skeptical. And I would ask so many questions, and I was like, I don't know. And my thing would be, give it a try. With God, everything is possible. Yes. And you will see that this coffee is a coffee that Gano Excel, actually, is a holistic approach to everything. Not only does it help your health and your wellness, your being, your attitude, your mood, it also gives you a purpose. You want to share this with other people, because I started with, no, I'm just going to be a consumer. And soon enough, you see the differences and you just cannot stay quiet. You want to share.
Yeah, and people start asking you, hey, Genesis, you look pretty good. What are you doing? And that's how it's been with me, too. So it's like, how can you not share something that is doing good for you for others?
Absolutely.
Yes. And then in the essence of you just ultimately wanting to share this with everyone else, a business is created, and you start seeing that financially it's able to give you some freedom. I think in this day and age, we kind of need more than one stream of revenue or income. And this is an amazing way where you don't feel it's a job. You're simply just communicating to people what you are doing and what you're taking, because either they're going to ask you or you're just going to be so filled with joy that you want to help.
Mm-hmm.
And then you see a revenue that comes in and that it helps you. Now, partnered with Rocco, for me, has been an amazing journey, because I know I'm not only doing for me, and I'm doing for the community in more than one just way. Not only am I going to help others know about this coffee, that it's going to help their health and their wellness, we're helping also kids that need, and community learn other, things that are not really available or accessible for everyone to learn. And so I feel like this partnership with both Gano Excel and Rocco is a very wholesome, holistic approach to, life at this moment for me.
And Genesis, you're a godsend, because part of our team, I have a holistic registered nurse. I mean, how beautiful is that? And that's the team that we want to create, people that want to ever thought about, staying at home moms, wanting to do a new business, call us. We could help. Sometimes you said something that really touched my heart right now, and I want to say, because as you said that many of us feel that we need 2 or 3 streams of income to keep pace of the inflation of what's happening. But what happens then? We don't have time for our children. And that's where children are lost and seem to go on the wrong path at times. I've seen it. So this is something that I love. I still continue to do my first passion, which is Rocco. And then now God just sent me Genesis and Gano Excel to be able to fund our organization. So it just works in every angle. And Genesis, I want to thank you. And I just can't wait to see how many other people we help health-wise, or if they want to continue, they want to start their business, they have a team. So thank you. And I don't hear Liam or anybody screaming. They're like behaving. Or are you alone right now?
No, I'm in the car and I brought my son, but I am being a very bad mom right now. I gave him my tablet for these couple of minutes. I'm like,
hey, God gives us a lot of tools. We just have to know when to use what tool and for how long. So you're good.
All right, guys. It was a pleasure.
Thank you. God bless you. Love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.
Very nice. Thanks again, Genesis, for calling in, giving that testimony, her miracle, and having that conversation, too.
Yes. And that's another, do we have a few more minutes?
We got about 3 minutes left.
Okay. 3 minutes, quickly. Because what I didn't know back then, before my partner passing away, all those years, well, most of those years, have you ever heard of the word spirit of mammon?
I never have.
It's in the Bible.
Spirit of mammon.
Spirit of mammon versus spirit of God. So spirit of mammon is basically you're being led by the physical world, being led by money, being led by material things.
Mm-hmm. Things of the flesh.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And when I had that aha moment, oh my gosh, you know, being in the marriage, it was a beautiful marriage for the first 12 years. Mm-hmm. We were in sync. He respected my mind. He respected my thoughts, of course, and, you know, doing business together because of, I've always had this thing of doing, oh, let's do this because of this.
Mm-hmm.
And not to put him down or anything, but he was the man of the house and always, you know, feeding, you know, thinking that he has to provide. But he forgot that God provides. We just have to call on him,
mm-hmm.
being guided by God in what we do. And before we got married, he said he doesn't believe in God.
Okay.
So I'm like, oh my goodness, I've been living in the spirit of mammon all this time. And now I know and I want to be led by the Spirit of God. Mm-hmm. So that's just something that I didn't know that was in the Bible, and I'm learning more about it. And so that is just my little information out there. Spirit of mammon. Choose.
Yes. We all have the choice.
Yes.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So, again, thank you so much for joining us today.
No, thank you, Matt.
Of course, absolutely. Those conversations are great. You know, having those miracles, speaking about it can help many people in times of, you know, uncertainty and struggling as well.
Yeah, I had a meeting just the other day, and I was telling him and showing him the paperwork of the property that I shared with you, and he said, "You know what? Thank you, Susan, for sharing this because I really needed a confirmation of God's work." I said, "Oh no, He is there big time, and this is what He is doing in my life, and I just want to be a testimony to His word because yes, a lot of people are." I mean, I didn't have faith. Now my faith is 100%. God.
Love it.
But thank you so much.
Of course, thank you so much for joining us here today. Again, folks, we appreciate everyone tuning in. And if you want to find out more information, of course, feel free to do so. You can always feel free to reach out to us. You can reach out to Susana. Feel free to reach out. That's their website, roccousa.org. You can call their number. That is 630-644-3611. That's where you can get all that information.
And I ask just to try the Alkaline Coffee. Bye.
La solución, respetó sus ideas.